Myself, Ankita Tiwari from LG Institute of Engineering and Technology from IT ICT department. I am going to take a session from the subject that is computation. Subject code is 3171614. Module that we are going to cover is module number 8. Module name is object recognition and shape representation. In that we are going to do the topic that is invariants. So basically we are talking about the invariants, the different variants which are provided in object recognition as in property, and to take that recognition in respect to the different invariants that are possible for the object recognition. So for example, like one example for the importance of the invariance, if I am talking about for a particular image recognition, is depicted in the figure that I am going to show right now. Here is an observation pattern which is shown as like number handwritten 7. So which contains the object like handwritten digit 7, and how it is represented. If it is compared with the two references on the right side as I am talking about, a classifier that is based on Euclidean distance that would find which one is the closure. Like we are having two references, okay, for the same digit that is 7. Now which one is the closer one? Like left hand side we have two references, so first reference is much closer or the second reference is much closer, where the image of the digit 9, we can say showing an image of the digit 9 that I am showing as in first case, and because the sum of the squared gray value differences is smaller than the one for the second, correct references are closer. So which one is the correct one? So that is what, if the classifier used a distance measure that is invariant to line thickness of drawing, it would be find that the correct image is actually more similar to the observation and therefore correctly classify the given value. Now with respect to that, we need to find it out which one is the closure one and which is the far one. So with respect to that, as I can show you here, we are taking a reference object for the number 7. We have taken two references on the right hand side, as you can see 9 and 7. So with respect to that, this number 7, how it will be defined? Like 9 is much closer, or that 7 value which I have defined and the other part is much closer to the object that we are taking it. So note that if a sufficiently large set of training data is available, it would probably contain also versions of the digit that is 7 with a modified line thickness such that the advantage of the invariance would be reduced. So with respect to that, there is an inherent connection between the invariant recognition, also the image registration. So here the word comes as in image registration. What do we mean by image registration? So here there is a difference connection or inherent connection between the invariant recognition and the image registration. So with respect to that, the term registration refers to the mapping of the images with the same or nearly, that is, identical content onto each other. This registration refers to the important structures which are defined in the same image position, whether two identical image is superimposed on a particular frame. So with respect to that, there is an important paradigm, we can say, for example, in the medical imaging, when images have to be compared and that were produced at different points in time. Medical imaging means in medical we are defining many of the images we are taking in a particular frame, we are defining each and every image and then we have to compare it. We are doing in medical emergency as well. So that is what the thing is, where this is the example where we are using this concept, the inherent connection. Okay, there is recognition and image registration. So both the words have its own terms and meanings. Okay, so usually registration assumes images of the same content. Means if we are talking about particular image bifurcation in a particular frame, then we have to understand registration means the images of the same object but with a different view. So here we are talking about, whenever we are talking about a powerful registration algorithm in hand, it can be applied to invariant recognition, that is by using it to normalization or determining the mapping function, that is hypothesizing it each class in question and comparing the results. So on the other hand, if we are talking about for the particular invariant classification, so we have, when an invariant classification algorithm is known, that can return the transformation that connects two given patterns. The two given patterns which is defined in case for tangent distance, the registration problem is solved as a byproduct. Talking about there exist a variety of techniques for solving the problem of invariant pattern recognition. Like such techniques include integral transforms, construction of algebraic moments, and the use of structured neural networks. So, including the different transformations like transforms, constructions of algebraic moments, and the use of that is structured neural networks is defined for the particular invariant where all the cases we are assuming it that the nature of the invariance group is known a priori. Okay, so with respect to that, the last statement is quite essential in most approaches where we are finding like one approach not mentioned here is the use of invariant distance. That is measures which play an important role for this work. So here we are defining the invariant classification means the variety of techniques where we are solving the invariant pattern recognition. The pattern recognition means with respect to the different object representation in different parts. So such techniques basically have many of the forms like integral transform, construction of algebraic moments like algebraic equations for different parts, and the use of structured neural networks. So with respect to that, in many of the cases we assume that this nature is known as priori. With respect to that, we have to understand what will be our approach with respect to invariant classification. So here considering patterns as functions on some set, like as for example, the image recognition is defined by x, I of j, which belongs to I cross j. That is like with respect to value into 7 gives x of ij. Now furthermore, there exists a classification function which maps patterns onto class numbers, which is defined like example r of x of 7 to 1, means we are taking till 7. Till, so we'll go 1 1 less 7 6 5 4 3 2 1 till k, which is defined, and the transformation group G is defined for the particular pattern, that is x, or we can say image recognition, and therefore on the pattern space, that is for example G belongs to capital G, G of x of I of j is equals to x of G minus 1 of I of j, and does not affect the class membership. So thus the required classification function should be invariant under the classification, or we can say under the action of the group, which is defined as r of g of x is equals to r of x that belongs to G belongs to capital G, which is defined by the function. So that is the patterns with the same invariant content that will form an equivalence class with respect to a group operation which is describing the geometric transform is defined in practice, where in some cases one may want to restrict the actions of the group, where in digit recognition we are talking about as a number. We have already taken example of 7 in order to distinguish between the digits 6 and 9 because it looks like same. Okay, so this is sometimes referred to as 6-9 problem as well. So we have different criteria as well, like 7 is compared with 9 and 6 is compared with 9. As the similarity comes, the correlation comes between the different objects, the invariant classification comes in picture. And with respect to that, we have particular function defined for it, that is capital G. Okay, so invariant classification, that we have particular classifications we have based on normalization. So with the term normalization, one usually refers to the construction of a canonical representation of each of the pattern with respect to the regarded transformations. So these transformations can then be compared without the influence of the differences of the transformations that it has. So one drawback of such of the methods is that they may have they can be very sensitive to noise and artifacts in the patterns. So for example, one may use the following normalization procedure in order to achieve the invariance with respect to rotation. Translation and scale for the images are defined with respect to normalization. This is what invariant classification is. The different points to consider it for is compute the center of gravity and translate the origin to that point, that is translation invariance. Then normalize for the average, that is radius. Scale invariance, means normalizing it, means scaling it. The third that we have, rotate such that the direction of the maximum variance coincide with the x-axis, that is rotation. So three of the different transformation also we have defined here with respect to invariance properties as well. The other feature that we have is invariant features. So if one wants to obtain a classification procedure that is invariant with respect to the certain transformations, another approach is to calculate a set of features from the patterns which is not affected by these transformations but still contains all the information relevant for the classification. So the ideal view of the invariant features can be expressed as what? A complete system of invariants must be able to distinguish what? With arbitrary precision, that is between any of the two vectors not in the same orbit under that is G, which is defined. Also, that is, we can say that is a system must possess perfect discriminability. The other classification is we have is invariant distance measures. So by normalization and the extraction of the invariant features that we have already discussed, aim at the elimination of the considered transformation. We have talked about the three of the transformation, that is rotation, translation, and the scaling. So that features aim at the elimination of the considered transformations before the actual classification process comes. So invariants can also be incorporated directly into the classifier as well, where we are classifying it. So this can be done by using the invariant distance measures that we have. So an invariant distance measures would ideally have the property that the distance between the two of the patterns that we are taking into consideration is always equal to the minimum distance between the best matching transformed instances of those patterns that we have taken. So since the orbits that arise from the regarding, that is the set of all the possible transformations that we have for a particular pattern forming a manifold in the pattern space, this ideal invariant distance is called manifold distance. So a definition of a manifold is given, for example, like a manifold is a locally Euclidean space together with a differential structure. So one can think about a manifold as a way to piece together bent, that is pieces of IR raised to n. Possible combination. Thus, the manifold has the same local properties as I R raised to n, but have many different global properties. So, this is what we have discussed about the invariant properties that we have for a particular object recognition. The next topic we are going to do in the next session. Thank you.